The future of the Labour Party, I think, is really important because my experience of being in government is that it was harder for us as a Labour government in the early 2000s when the opposition was weak. Weak oppositions are not good, and Boris Johnson needs a strong opposition in Parliament challenging him. Labour has been, I think, a weak opposition now for too long, and a leadership change is essential because although Brexit was a big issue on the doorstep in the election, so was leadership, and Labour needs a leader who can make people feel listened to, secure, that he can or she can set out a manifesto for change and then reach into the centre ground, lots of voters who voted Labour in the past and felt excluded because I think Labour looked too much of a London city party in the last election, and that isn't going to work. So you need somebody who can bridge divides. And
who's that person?
Well, it's really hard. And I think when you look across the candidates, all of them have something to offer. Do I yet look and think there is the obvious ideal person? I'm going to watch the hustings, and it's going to be a long road for Labour. It will take 4 years, and whoever wins the leadership will have a lot of work to do to rebuild trust.
Could it be Rebecca Long-Bailey, though? She's seen as the sort of continuity candidate, Ed.
Well, I think anybody who gives Jeremy Corbyn 10 out of 10 is deluded, and I'm afraid Labour needs to go on a journey from the last few years. And so, I actually think Rebecca Long-Bailey, of all the candidates, has showed real improvements in her performance in Parliament on the TV in the last few years. I don't know her. There's part of me which kind of likes, there's a glint in her eye, which I quite like. But I think at the moment, her politics doesn't chime with mine. And I mean, the idea that Labour should spend the next 3 years mired in huge internal fights about selecting MPs, I mean, that was rejected when Tony Benn proposed it in the early 1980s, in the darkest period of Labour's history until now. And that's not the way to do things.
Your grade out of 10 for Mr. Corbyn's stewardship of the election campaign, Ed?
The election campaign, well,
what do you give him out of 10?
Well, he had the worst defeat since 1935, and
2.
So
you're good with numbers, Shadow Chancellor.
I'm not going to put a number on it, but let's say it's markedly less than 5.